Hi everyone. Good morning, great afternoon, and wonderful evening to everyone joining us from all around the world today. I am Fatma Cakir, Managing Director of Beyond Global Partners, and it's a real pleasure to welcome you to today's Italy Golden Visa webinar. We are with our valuable partner, Federica, today, Miss Federica Fermo.
Hi everyone, welcome also on my side.
And while we are waiting for everyone to join, I think we can get to know each other a little bit more. Can you please tell me which country are you joining from? Please type in the chat. You can write in the chat, are you joining from which country? So, hello Hilal Ece. Hilal Ece is from Turkey. Welcome. Sri Lanka, Muhammad. Welcome. Sri Lanka. Yes. Which country are you joining from? And where are you from? Aslı from Turkey. Welcome Aslı Hanım. Tahsin from Turkey. Welcome Tahsin Bey. Behzat from Iran. Welcome. It's
Iceland. We also have someone from Iceland.
Okay, Ümit Emre from Turkey. Welcome Ümit Bey. And okay, Sahel from Syria but lives in Turkey. Welcome. Gamze from Turkey. Welcome everyone. Please tell us where are you from? Which country are you joining from? It's a very international community, right? Federica, what do you think?
Yeah, it is.
John from Iceland. Okay. And have you ever visited Italy before? Have you ever been to there? Yes. Ümit Emre, yes. Wow. Rome, Florence, and Venice. Okay. Sahel says yes. They visited. Tahsin also says yes. Aslı says yes. They also saw Italy. It's very beautiful country. One of the most beautiful countries in the world. Como, Lake Como is very
Como.
beautiful. Of course.
You know, this makes my job like much easier when when people already know what Italy is and they came to Italy.
Everybody loves Italy, Federica, as you know, yeah. And we were wondering what are the main reasons for you to join this webinar? Why are you interested in Italy Golden Visa? What do you think about it?
Silence. No. I think, I mean, like Fatma, if you want, I think we can start and people will just, like,
Okay.
I want to go to Italy. Okay.
So let me briefly introduce our company, Beyond Global Partners. We are an international investment migration company led by our world citizen founder, Mr. Hakan Körtalek. We are helping people and their loved ones move to new countries through investment for nearly 20 years now. And you can see our team on the screen right now. And with offices all around the world, our main office is in London. And we have an office, of course, in Canada, Greece, Hungary, Nigeria, Russia, China, Shanghai, Hong Kong, Turkey, UAE, Nigeria. From east to west, west to east, we have someone to answer your questions and to work for your case. So we have been successfully guiding many families and their loved ones to gain their second residency or passport with our international team. I'm sorry. Yes. And what do we do? As Beyond Global Partners, we provide A to Z consultancy services for over 30 investment, citizenship and residency by investment country programs. Some of the most popular programs are what we are doing nowadays, like Canada Startup Visa, USA EB5 E2 Visa, Caribbean citizenship programs, maybe most of you know already. St. Kitts and Nevis, Grenada, Antigua Barbuda, St. Lucia, Dominica. Also, very hot topic nowadays, golden visas in Europe. Portugal, Greece, Hungary, France, and of course, Italy. Today we will talk about. And UK investment options, also Dubai Golden Visa, Thailand, Nauru, and Vanuatu citizenship options. And today we will focus on 250,000 euro investment option in Italy with Italy Golden Visa. And as I said at the beginning, Italy is one of the most beautiful countries in the world. And also it's a great way to achieve EU residency. And our valuable partner, Federica Fermo, Mrs. Federica Fermo, is joining from Italy today. She is with us and she will be explaining about Italy Golden Visa option. Federica is an international business development manager. She is fluent in English, of course, in Italian and in Spanish, with experience in Latin America, the Middle East, and Europe. She specializes in investment migration, high-level client relations, and project management. Please just remember that during the presentation, please type your questions in the Q&A section, chat. You can always write your questions and comments. Whatever comes to your mind, please just type it. It is time to ask now. And we are here to answer all of your questions. At the end of the webinar, we will go through one by one and answer all of your questions. As a kind reminder, we will be publishing this webinar on our YouTube channel during the upcoming weeks. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can follow our Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, and YouTube so that you can learn the most recent information through us. And now let's welcome Federica. Dear Federica, the stage is yours now. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Fatma, for the introduction and for having me here today. So welcome everyone also from my side. Very quickly, so I'm the head of the Italian program for Blok Capital. I'm going to be here explaining to you the Investor Visa Italy program and also like the investment project that we have right now, like in Venice. As Fatma say, feel free to type question. We will go through them like by the end of the webinar, but also you can reach out to us in the next days or weeks by email, and we will get back to you with any information you might need. All the presentation that we will see today will be also available. So you will have all the information at your hand, but we are always here to to accompany you in this process. Okay, we are a real estate developer. Our company is actually born in Spain. Our main head office is in Barcelona. Then we have offices in like Madrid, in Milan, where I'm actually based. We have offices like in Dubai and in other. We have presence in more than 15 countries around the world. We have more than 10 years experience in investment migration industry. So helping people getting the European residency, mainly like until last year for Spain, now for Italy and other programs. We have been involved in more than 100 investment projects during like these 10 years. And we are serving the investment migration industry as main industry, but not only. We have also like an in-house legal and real estate team. So for any information or any related inquire regarding the investment, you can reach out to us. And of course, there is only gonna be like one contact point for the overall project. And last but not least, so the one that I'm gonna present today is the project in Venice, which is only the first of many projects that we are gonna be developing in Italy. So we already have like a second one confirmed and in pipeline. But the project is, the program or let's say the aim is going to be to have several investment projects in the next 5 years, like here in Italy. Okay, so this is the presentation this is like the presentation of the company I just shared, but essentially like in summary, who we are and where we are and what we do. I think we can go next. So, I want also to introduce you Soho Boutique Hotel, which is our business partner for the touristic sector. Why this is important? Soho Boutique Hotel is a hotel management operator with more than 50 years of experience in Spain. So, since our investment projects are all related to hotel and touristic sector, it's very important to introduce also Soho Boutique Hotel for us, because every hotel that will be part of the investment project that are going to be speaking about are going to be managed by Soho Boutique Hotel. This is like an extra level of guarantee that we are putting on the plate because, of course, Soho Boutique Hotel has all the experience of managing hotels, and they have been in the field since more than 50 years. So essentially, we are the investing arm. So they wanted to expand in other Southern European countries. So right now they are in Spain, they are in Morocco, and they wanted to enter like in other countries. So as a Bedrock Capital, we are the investment arm, for example, now in Italy, and they are going to be the management, let's say, operative part of the project, who is going to take the full operational risk for any project that are going to be part of the investor visa. Next. Okay. So, why Italy? I think, as said at the beginning, there is no really need to go into detail about what it is Italy and why Italy. But these are few of the reasons why a person can or should choose Italy for the investor visa program or for their, let's say, plan B in life. Of course, Italy as one of the strongest passport in the world, usually is among number one and number two. Now I think like Japan and Singapore have like number one, but together with Germany and Spain, Italy is number two in the world. Of course, is a country rich of heritage, history, and known everywhere in the world for the tourism. So, such as you say, like at the beginning, there are people that have attended or have been to Venice, Rome, Milan, Como. So, of course, there are like some international destinations that are worldwide known. Of course, Italy is known for its quality of life and also for some of the industries, such as like strongest industry in the world, such as if you think about some just brands, such as like I don't know, Valentino, Gucci, Prada, but also Ferrari, Maserati, Lamborghini. So Italy is really like a place, a well-known place in the world. Of course, on a legal side, by being part of the European Union, also the Schengen area, the investor has full legal security, because there are, of course, like many laws, not only local one, but also international one, that guarantee, let's say, the legal security for investor. And one of the questions that I got the most for when people apply for the investor visa is, can a person apply for education, public and private education in Italy with the investor visa? The answer is yes. Italy has some of the most, let's say, prestigious universities, public and private one. Consider that, for example, university education in Italy, the public one is very economic. If you think that about, now I'm not 100% sure about the fees, but we are speaking about maybe 1,500, 2,000 euro per year. This is like the fees of the public school. And there are some, let's say, high school and university which are known worldwide that you can access with this fee with the investor visa. And of course, then there are like private universities, which are also well known, like and in the top ranks of Europe and some of the world. And last but not least, it's super important to mention that Italy has some laws which are very pro investor and investment oriented people. I will not speak about, for example, like the flat tax or the fiscal, let's say, the fiscal system in Italy for those that want to move their fiscal residency in Italy in this presentation. But of course, you can reach out to us in case of further necessity. But Italy offers to people that want to move the fiscal residency in Italy very good option in terms of fiscality, so in terms of taxation. I know that a lot of people, when they think about Europe or when they think about Italy, they think that the taxation is very high. Yes, it is for those that are not actually like foreigners. For local people, taxation might be very high, but for those that are moving their fiscal residency from another country to Italy, the Italian government offers very good and very attractive incentives and plans where taxation is lower than many countries in the world. Next, please. Okay, so now let's enter like into details of the programs, the investor visa programs. Next. Okay, so these are, let's say, the main characteristics or the main benefits of the Italian investor visa. So first of all, the minimum threshold for investment for getting the European and the Italian residency is 250,000 euro into like whenever like investment come into like an innovative company as the one that I'm gonna introduce to you today. The investor visa Italy gives free movement within all the Schengen area, gives a right to live, work, and study in Italy. For example, for many of you that might be familiar with, for example, like the Greek program, which has the same identical threshold, with the difference is that in Italy, with the investor visa, you are able to work. In Greece, no. There is no minimum stay requirement, so you will see that you will need to travel to Italy just once for biometrics, but apart from that trip, if you are not willing to come to Italy, it's not required actually to stay in Italy. And with one application, so with 250,000 euro, all the family can be included. What does it mean? It means the main applicant, the spouse, children under 18, and dependent parents. Okay, so one of the questions that we are getting is what does dependent parents means? It means that first of all, they need to be economically dependent by the main applicant, and also there is not possibility to have another child, let's say, from the parents in their country of origin. What really makes Italy different from other European programs are the last two characteristics. So first of all, the processing time is very, very fast. It's just 3-4 months from the moment we are submitting your application. So you will see in the next slide the process, but it's actually right now is the fastest let's say program in Italy. And what really makes Italy apart is the only program in all Europe that gives you the possibility to get the visa first and make the investment only later. What does it mean? It means that your investment is a secure investment because you already got the visa in your passport. You already or you already apply or are in the process of apply for the residency card, and only in that moment you will need to make the application. So it's not like other programs where you make the application first and then you need to wait maybe like 5, 6, 10, 12, 1 year who knows, to get your visa. You get your visa in just 3-4 months. Next. Okay, so by looking at what let's say, the investment options in Italy are, these are like these four, okay? So let's say that the last two ones, really nobody really does it, which are the 2 million government bonds or 1 million donation in a philanthropic initiative. So what really let's say count are the first two options that you can see on the screen on the left. So there is an innovative company, which is the business model that we are going to introduce, which is going to be 250,000 euro. Or there is also the possibility to invest in shares of any Italian company, public or private. So it can be, for example, also Gucci or like Ferrari for 500,000 euro. Okay, I see questions are coming, but as I say, we will go through like at the end of the presentation. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, so this is the application process in a streamline. And this is like, this is gonna also partially answer to the last question that we just got about the possibility of delay. Okay, so good thing. If your documentation is initially, let's say, released in English, there is no need to translate the documentation into Italian, because the Italian government accepts application or in Italian or in English. So there is no need of getting documents translated into Italian. So there is like, of course, a first phase, which is going to take more or less from 1 to 2 months, depending only on you, which is documentation gathering. The documentation are quite, let's say, easy, are quite very similar to other European program checklist. Anyway, we are going to share with you like a full checklist with full, let's say, documentation, also example, and we are going to guide you like also like in this page. But let's say once all the documents are gathered and they are complete, we are going to be able to submit your application. So your application, the application is done through the website of the Ministry of Economic Development of Italy. So the application is done online in a portal that everyone can access in any moment. So you are going to get like your user ID and your password, and you can enter in any moment and checking where your application is. This is also like very different from other European programs because you have full transparency on your application. So if the documents are correct and are complete, then the government in only 30 days will give us an answer. And in case of positive answer, already we are going to get a document which is called nulla osta. The nulla osta is, let's say, a pre-approval document. It's like a no impediment document. So this means that all the checks have been already done by the Italian government and you are okay to go. With this nulla osta, you will need to go to the Italian consulate or embassy in your country of residency, okay? And convert the nulla osta into the visa. So to answer to the question like that we got earlier, like what is the possibility of a delay? So of course, let's say the Italian government in Italy has 30 days to give us like an answer. So as fast as we collected the document, the timing starts from the submission. So Italy has 30 days. Then what might delay a bit like the application is, of course, the timing that the consulate or the Italian embassy in your country of residency have in order to give the appointment. Very important thing, the nulla osta is valid only for 6 months. So let's say that even though like there are consulates in the world or embassy in the world that don't have slots for a long period of time, and we know that there are some that might take very long time, let's say that the investor visa has a quite VIP process. And since the nulla osta is only valid for 6 months, the embassy and the consul or the consulate are gonna give the appointment within 6 months. So like this is let's say a clear thing. So once you get the appointment, you will only need to bring all the original documentation to the consulate that will check. We'll do like a very quick check, and in a couple of weeks we'll give you the visa. So this means that imagine if everything goes well, just like in 2 or 3 months, you already got the visa in your stamp in your passport. The visa is valid for 1 year, so you have 1 year time to travel to Italy. And essentially, in the first 8 days that you enter to Italy, you need to go to the Questura, which is the police station in Italy, for fingerprints and biometrics and apply to your residency card. So this is the only moment when is needed to travel to Italy, okay? Why? Because of course, this cannot be done through a power of attorney. You will need to submit your biometrics. And also, from the moment you enter to Italy, you will have 3 months to complete your investment. So you already got the visa, you already apply or you are applying for the residency card, and still you have 3 months to complete the investment, okay? The residence permit is valid for 1 year. And the residence permit is valid for 2 years, and it's renewable for every 3 years. So it can be renewed forever, always keeping the investment. So if you exit from the investment, the Italian government will cancel your residence permit. But as far as you have the investment with you and the investment done, you can keep renewing the investor visa forever every 3 years. So now, what happens with permanent residency? So permanent residency can be applied after 5 years living in Italy. So let's say that there are 2 different paths in this way. So the first one is for those that want like let's say a visa to travel Schengen-free, visa-free through to Schengen area, or like come and stay to Italy like for time by time. So they don't need, they will not apply for the residence for the permanent residency, and they can keep renewing the investor visa because the investor visa doesn't require any stay in Italy. For those that want to move to Italy, we saw at the beginning when someone was typing that they want to come and live in Italy. So if you move your residency to Italy and spend in Italy at least 184 days per year, after 5 years, you can apply for the permanent residency, okay? The permanent residency doesn't require you to keep the investment. That's why we will see later on, we offer exit plan from the investment starting from year 5. Next. Okay, so now I will enter, this is everything regarding the program itself, but now I will enter into the investment project, okay, that we have. As I said at the beginning, Blok Capital is a real estate developer with more than 10 years of experience in Spain. And Caroni Capital is our branch in Italy. So when we saw the options that there were on the table in order to invest in Italy and get the investor visa, we saw that you cannot invest directly into real estate in Italy in order to get the investor visa, but you need to invest in shares of an Italian company. That's why we decided as Blok Capital to open a subsidiary in Italy, which is Caroni Capital. So essentially, you don't invest directly into the hotel that we will see right now, but you invest into Caroni that then will buy hotels. So there is like an extra level in order to comply with the Italian legislation. Next one. Okay, so what does differentiate the 250,000 euro option from the 500,000 euro option? Okay, so essentially they are the same. The difference is that in order for you to get the investor visa with a threshold of 250,000 euro, you need to invest into an innovative company, okay? So when we enter Italy, we try to, let's say, ask ourselves how we could apply our business model that we had in Spain, in Italy, with an innovative component, let's say. And here it is our business model. So Caroni Capital is an innovative company that is tokenizing real estate assets. For people that, I mean, like there are some countries such as, for example, the UK or the US or the UAE, especially like Dubai, Abu Dhabi, where this trend is really where the real estate industry is going. So it's a very common trend. But in Italy, is not. So that is what qualifies us for being already recognized since last year as innovative company in Italy that can receive investment for 250,000 euro to give the investor visa. So imagine this. In order to buy an hotel, there is, of course, like a big capital needed. So a single investor would not be able to, let's say, or in the majority of cases, would not be able to, let's say, invest fully in the hotel. So, but if we find 20 investors, 30 investors, and we put them together, everyone is buying like a fractional ownership of the hotel. And all together, they will arrive to the capital needed to buy the hotel, let's say. This is what we are doing in Italy with an additional component, which is the tokenization that I will explain right now. Next one, please. Okay, so our first project that is part of this webinar is Hotel Garibaldi, which is an hotel in Venice. As I say at the beginning of the presentation, this is only the first of many projects that we are gonna open in Italy. So one of the questions that we are getting is, what about if I decide in 1 month there are no slots left for the hotel in Venice? Don't worry, we already have like a second project, second hotel identified and close, let's say, in Italy. But our idea, our plan is to have several hotels in the next 5 years. So this is like just the first of many hotels that we are gonna buy and run together with Soko Boutique Hotel in Italy. Next one. Okay, so this is super important because I put also like the address of the hotel in this slide because the hotel it's an already existing hotel, okay? Of course, it's not like the best hotel in the world, but this is like the reason why it's a good investment option for the investor visa because the hotel is already there. The hotel is there since more than 40 years. It's already generating revenues. And what actually we have done is buying the hotel as it is right now. You can see it's like a 3-star basic hotel. And our investment project is going to be renovating the hotel, transforming it from a 3-star basic hotel to an upper side category that can be like a 3-star superior, so a 4-star hotel. Of course, more stylish, more modern. And if you go to the next slide, please. Can we change the slide? Okay. So this is like how the hotel will look like after the renovation. So having the fact that the hotel is already existing, it's already there, of course, for the investor is another layer of guarantee, because the hotel is there, the asset is already there. It's not that we are building from the scratch something and you don't know like how long it will take to build up like an hotel. Essentially, we are going to start the renovation in December this year, so December 2025. And the aim is to have already the hotel open with the new management and the new, of course, style and everything in May, June 2026. So we are estimating more or less 6 months plan renovation. Of course, what we are giving in order to be, let's say, safe is from a minimum of 6 months to a maximum of 1 year. So let's say that from May until December 2026, the hotel will be like already reopened with like a new style and a new category under our own management. Next. I'm just reading, sorry, but I'm just reading the question. Yeah, it is possible to visit the hotel. If you are in Venice, you can go to the hotel actually and visit the hotel. So this is the, let's say, investment project overview. Okay, so for this particular project, we are looking for 24 investors. Right now, we have more or less like 10 slots left for this project. So 24 investors, everyone is putting 250,000 euro because this is what is required by the Italian government to get the investor visa for a total of 6 million euro. Very important thing, another layer of guarantee. Why did we arrive to have 24 investors? Because we could have wanted, for example, like, I don't know, 50 investors. But when we bought the hotel, before buying it, we did like a due diligence. And the value, the market value of the hotel after the renovation is exactly worth it around 6 million euro. By having 250,000 euro as a fixed amount, this came up with 24 investors. So it means that the capital that you are putting, the initial capital that you are putting, is the real value that your participation will be backed up by the value of the hotel. So let's say your investment is backed up by the real estate asset, which is going to be worth exactly 250,000 euro that you are investing. So we already spoke about the scope of the project. So it's the transformation from a 3-star basic hotel to an upper level category. It's going to be operated by Soho Boutique Hotel, which is the one that I introduced you at the beginning of the presentation. And why it's super important this side? Because I got a lot of questions in these weeks saying, what about if the hotel is not going to reach the 4-star? Or what about if it is not going to be like high season? Or what about like a lot of operational questions, okay? The good thing is that neither you or us will need to take care of this, because all the operational risk of the management of the hotel is taken by Soho Boutique Hotel. So if the hotel is performing better or worse compared to what we have forecast, it's going to be Soho Boutique Hotel taking the responsibility, the financial responsibility of it. And you are going to get, which is the next part of the slide, I will explain now, but you as investor are going to receive a guaranteed annual yield, no matter how and what will happen to the hotel. Okay? Now, how it works, the business model. No, sorry, previous slide. Okay, yes. So the second part of the slide, no? How it works. So an investor will invest 250,000 euro as equity of Caroni Capital. So the investment is not going to be in the hotel. This is super important because this doesn't qualify you to get the investor visa, but you are becoming shareholder of Caroni Capital. Okay, so we are going to give you a shareholder title, shareholder deed, and this qualify you in front of the Italian government to get the investor visa. On a parallel side, what you are receiving? Of course, you are shareholder of Caroni Capital, but you are also receiving on a parallel side, completely not dependent from the equity that you are injecting in the capital, you are receiving a smart contract, digital contract, token, as you want to call it, is just like a digital representation that is giving you a 3% annual yield guaranteed on the hotel operational performance. So no matter how the hotel goes, let's say the management is, your investment is giving you a 3% annual yield. And how it is this 3%, so 7,500 euro per year represented, is through a digital token. So this is the digital token. It's just, let's say, an asset-backed security. Next. Okay, so this is really like the last slide, and then I'm gonna be open to all questions that you might have. But so what happened to my investment during the years? Okay, so of course the best thing is to keep the investment for a period of 10 years time. Why 10 years? Because also 10 years is the time frame that the Italian government wants to apply for the Italian citizenship. So in case someone wants to apply to the Italian citizenship, this can be done only after 10 years residing, so living, paying taxes in Italy. So our exit option, let's say the standard one, is 10 years. So what happens at year 10? If you keep the investment and the token together with you until year 10. So at year 10, Caroni Capital is gonna sell the hotel. Why? And we got some question why you're gonna sell the hotel. It's our business model. We have done this in Spain for 10 years, and this is how we are gonna operate in Italy. We buy an hotel, we rent it out to Soho Boutique Hotel, and after 10 years, we exit from the investment and sell the hotel, okay? So you, as shareholder of Caroni Capital, are gonna receive 250,000 euro back, which is your initial investment, plus a part of the sales appreciation, capital appreciation, which derives from the sales of the hotel. So let's put the case now the hotel at year 1 is worth 6 million euro, as we have seen. In 10 years' time, the hotel is going to be worth 8 million euro. This 2 million euro is going to be divided among the shareholders of Caroni Capital. Okay? Now, what happens if I want to exit from the investment before year 10 because I got the permanent residency, for example, no? Or because I don't need the investor visas anymore. So there are two options that we are giving, which is option 2 and option 3. So let's start from option 3. Option 3 is at year 5, for example, I get the permanent residency and I don't need the investment anymore. Okay, Caroni Capital will buy back your participation, so your shares, at a discounted price that you can see already in the table. So starting from year 5, you are getting 50% of your, let's say, participation, So 125,000, starting year 6, 150,000, and so on. So we are giving you the possibility to exit whenever you want, starting from year 5 at a discounted price. Last but not least, option that you have. Remember, when I explained you the model, I told you, you are getting two different things at the same time. You are getting your shareholder title deed, which is what is giving you the investor visa. You are getting like a digital token, a smart contract, okay? This token can be actually sold anytime, also the day after, if you want, on a secondary market, because it's traded on a blockchain technology, okay? So you actually can sell the token whenever you want, and whoever has the token at year 10 will get the capital appreciation from the sales of the hotel, plus the interest, the annual interest. Remember, what the token is representing is your annual yield, so 7,500 euro, which is the 3% annual yield, which is net, because in Italy you don't pay taxes on this interest, let's say, that we are giving. So at year 10, whoever has the token will receive the capital appreciation, and whoever has the token in the 10 years, let's say, prior to the sales of the hotel, will receive the annual yield. But the initial investor will keep having the investor visa, because the investor visa is not linked to the token, but is linked to the equity in Caroni Capital. I think this is done. The last slide only has our contact for those that, of course, wants to know more, for those that, of course, wants to contact us in the next weeks with a lot of questions. We might arrange one-to-one call together with Fatma. So I'm here for any question that you might have.
Thank you so much, dear Federica, for your clear and insightful presentation. I think now we can go through some of the questions. You already answered some of them.
Yeah.
And let's go one by one. Behzad is asking that, like you mentioned, dependent parents are included. Is there an age or health condition limit on that?
No. Actually, there is no limited age. Let's say that the only two official requirements that the Italian government have are, first of all, that they need to be economically dependent. So they need to live with the main applicant, or we need to, let's say, demonstrate that the main applicant is paying for their utility bills or their rent. And the other let's say, requirement is that there is no any other children that can take care of the parents in the country of origin.
Thank you so much, Federica. The next question, I think you already answered, but we can just remind them again.
Sure.
We can say the processing time is in 3 to 4 months, right? What is the possibility of delay? Hilal Ece is asking.
Yeah, so as I say, let's say that from Italy and the Italian government, timing is quite strict and respected, because it's like 30 days from the moment of application. What my delays are, of course, on the applicant side, the time to collect all the documents needed, and the embassy or Italian consulate in the country of origin, on the country of residency, sorry. Considering that always the maximum time that they have to give the appointment is 6 months, which is the nulla osta validity.
Thank you. The next question is coming from Sahel. I need to know the age for children and what is the time for the investment to be submitted?
Yeah. So as I say, children can be included in initial application if they are if they have less than 18 years old. Okay. Now, one of the questions that we get about this is, what about the renewal moment? No, I mean, If they are like above 18, they can be included only if they have like a mental or physical disability, okay? If they are, for example, like 15, 16 in the moment of application, our suggestion is hurry up, let's apply as soon as possible, because then the renewal is not that we need to wait until the 2 years period, the expiration timing of the residency card. We can start the renewal also before, let's say months before, which is when your child is going to turn 18. So what counts is the moment of application. So in order to, let's say, include them, they need to be minor 18 in the first application or in the renewal moment.
Thank you. And the next question is the NUSTA OLLA guaranteed when I fulfill all the requirements? Who is responsible for ensuring my investment complies with Italian laws? I am interested in this question, yeah.
Okay, so let's say that if the documents are completed and corrected, meaning that, of course, we are going to share like a checklist with all the requirements, the nulla osta is guaranteed. Of course, the Italian government will do, and we are going to do like, we all are going to do due diligence on, of course, on the applicants and everything. But if the documents are, let's say, complete and the due diligence is clear, the nulla osta is kind of guaranteed. And the second question, Fatma, sorry, I don't remember.
Let me read again. Who is responsible for ensuring my investment complies with Italian laws?
It's us. It's us as Baroque Capital, because again, we already last year applied for being recognized as an innovative company in Italy, and we already got the Italian Chamber of Commerce green light for, let's say, be compliance for the investment.
Thank you. And Behzad is asking, if I get residency in Italy, can I also live in another Schengen country most of the year?
Technically speaking, the answer is no. I mean, like, let's say that the investor visa, the Italian investor visa only gives the right to live, work, and study in Italy. Technically, let's say that as you might know, like in the Schengen area, there are no barriers. So if you get like an internal flight, let's say nobody will check your passport or stamp like nothing in your passport. But I mean, you can do it. You are not going to be able to, for example, like work or study in any other like European country, or for example, like renting out like an apartment. But if you have like an Airbnb reservation, you can.
Thank you so much, Federica. The next question is, you already answered, yes, you can visit the hotel site, right? So you can see the investment.
Absolutely.
Also, if the renovation period ends in 2027, does it affect my application? And what if the construction exceeds the given time?
No. So remember that whatever related to the hotel is not related to your application. Your application is only related to the investment in Caroni, in equity. So the hotel is just like an asset-backed security for your investment. So let's say that the timing of renovation, or like again, all the operational management of the hotel will not affect your application.
Thank you, Federica. The next question is, will I be considered an Italian tax resident automatically?
Yeah, I mean, no, sorry. With the investor visa, you are not considered like a fiscal resident to Italy. Remember, the investor visa doesn't require you to move or live in Italy. There is no minimum stay requirement. So you are not considered fiscal resident in Italy. If you decide to come and live in Italy for more than 184 days per year, then the Italian government will consider you fiscal resident in Italy.
Thank you. The next question is, how easy is it to sell those tokens?
Okay, so again, as I say, there are like some countries in the world, such as, for example, the US or UK or I mean, like the UAE, where trading asset-backed security tokens it's very easy, okay? Because it's like a common practice. It's not only like like hotel or real estate asset. Like in this country, you can sell. I mean, a token can represent like a painting, for example, or a car. So it's like a trend that is really taking over, like in many countries. The blockchain that we will use is Ethereum, which is one of the most common blockchain platform in the world. So again, there is no, of course, like guarantee answer about how easy or not it is. But it is a trend, a growing trend. So we are expecting, demand for the tokens.
Thank you so much. So what percentage of shareholders will we become in the project?
Sorry, say again, what percentage?
What percentage of shareholders will we become in the project?
So there is going to be always like Barrow Capital as, let's say, main shareholder of the company. But then, let's say the 24, there are going to be only like 25, let's say, investors. So like 24 external shareholders plus Barrow Capital with, let's say, like the main shareholder.
Thank you so much, Federica. And Selen is asking, what happens if the hotel is sold less than 6 million euros?
Okay. So, of course, this is like, let's say, a risk as any, like investment that you are making, in real estate. What we can say is that we have analyzed the trend, the real estate industry for Venice in particular, not only Italy, but like in particular for Venice for the last 10 years. And the market also during the pandemic kept growing. Of course, during the pandemic, the growth was lower let's say, but there was no decrease in market value. So let's say that right now, just to give you like an idea, but these are data that you can see, like you can check online, you can find online. There are like 4 cities in Italy, which are Rome, Milan, Florence, and Venice, that recover the same level of pre-pandemic in terms of every metrics for the tourism market for the tourist market. So just to give you like an idea, the expected market value growth is 3%, from 3 to 4% annual growth for Venice in real estate.
Thank you so much, Federica. And Hilal and Ümit is thanking us. You're most welcome. Thank you, Federica. And Ebru is saying, can we get the copy of the presentation? Please email us. And as I said, just as a reminder again, we will share this session on our YouTube channel. Please follow our social media account, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, TikTok. We are sharing always something new. And please, yes, of course, you can get in touch with us through this email, our website, our WhatsApp number, however you like. And Serkan is asking, how is the hotel operational work and annual profit and loss in previous years?
Yeah, like, again, this, of course, like this is like, let's say, a private company. So there are like some data can be shared, like some data are, of course, confidential data. But just to give you like an idea is that we are starting the work, the renovation in December.
Yeah.
The decision was because until November, the hotel is fully booked. Actually, we wanted to start the renovation as soon as like possible in September, but the previous owners didn't give us the possibility to do it and only gave us the possibility to buy the hotel and start the let's say remodelation from December, because the hotel is actually fully booked until November.
Thank you, Federica. And I think we have last 2 questions, and I am asking, like, if you have any more questions, please ask now. It's a great time. So we have Federica here. And the next question is, does Banrak put any capital, or is it collected from all investors?
So actually, like, we put the initial capital to buy the hotel, but very important thing is that there is no debt. Okay, so the 6 million is gonna be pure equity, which is also like another layer of guarantee, because in case of anything happening to Caroni, your investment is fully guaranteed because there is no debt on the hotel.
Thank you. And I think this is the last question. Will we get the 7,500 annual revenue before the operation starts? I mean, will we immediately start getting it annually for 10 years?
So the 7,500 euro will be paid starting from the reopening of the hotel under our management. So as say, we are expecting for the hotel to be open like in May, June 2026. So from the moment the hotel will be open again under our management, we are going to start paying the 3% annual yield.
Thank you so much, Federica. I think we have one more question at Q&A. Avşin Bey is asking, what are the citizenship requirements, and also do the applicants going to have medical insurance covered by the government?
Yeah, so first of all, to answer to the second part of the question, also with the investor visa, so there is no need to arrive to the citizenship, but also with the investor visa, you have full access to the public health care. So you are fully covered for the Italian public health care, also with the investor visa. For getting the residency, the citizenship, you need to live in Italy for 10 years. You need to pass an Italian language test. You need to prove that you are paying taxes in Italy. You will need like a proof of residency in Italy, so like an apartment or any lease that you might have. And you will need to have like a private insurance in order to apply, health insurance.
Thank you so much, dear Federica. I think these were all questions.
Thank you to you, Fatma, and thank you everyone for participating. Again, any other question, you can reach out to us, and I see there is someone that wants to have like a one-to-one call. So yeah, you can reach out to Fatma, and we can have it like in the next week.
Yes, to all participants who are like joining today right now, thank you for your spending your valuable time with us today. And we hope now you have a clear picture of Italy Golden Visa. You can just assess your situation. And just as a reminder, as I mentioned at the beginning of the webinar, we are going to publish this session on our YouTube channel. And if you would like to explore Italy in detail, or would you like to have like more country programs, you can get in touch with us anytime. Visit our offices all around the world. Just get in touch with us via email, WhatsApp, Instagram, website, however works for you. And at Beyond Global Partners, we will be very happy to guide you every step of the way on your journey to become a global citizen. On behalf of the entire team, we wish you a happy, healthy day, and we look forward to welcoming you on our next webinar. Thank you so much.
Ciao, everyone. Thank you.
Ciao.
Thank you, Fatma.